Okay, so Netflix just released five posters for Stranger Things season four and a release date for season four, volumes one and two. What?
What?
Excuse me.
Definitely surprising to
Yeah.
I feel most of us. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not complaining.
It's really funny because for this past week specifically, just because it's been so long since we had Stranger Things news, me and you were texting like, and we were being really passive aggressive towards Netflix. Like we were just like, "What the frick, Netflix? Like, what's taking so long?" Like
Netflix, you can do better than this.
I texted you something like, "I'm gonna be watching season four passive aggressively," or
Yeah.
something like that. So these posters that they released are just basically just posters for the four teasers that we've had. The Russia one with Hopper, Joyce, and Murray, very interesting. There's also what looks like a dead Demogorgon or Demodog or something in the snow.
Oh, that is true. I didn't even notice that. Is that a flamethrower?
Oh wait, that might actually be
That
right there. Yeah,
that
yeah.
looks to me like some sort of gun shape connected to a backpack. And the only thing that I know that it looks like a gun
It's a
attached to
flamethrower.
a backpack is a flamethrower.
This next poster, 11 in the lab. I have so many random sporadic thoughts on this I'm gonna wait until I guess we count on the rest of these things before I just get into it. There's a broken mirror in
Honestly,
the thing, and it
looking,
has a
I
young
need to,
11.
I did just notice that. I need to look closer at all of these posters because I just looked at them at a glance.
Hmm.
There's some papers. There's the Coke can. Bottom right, a stethoscope, and then actually, it might be like a cigar snipper thing.
Which thing?
The bottom right, next to the stethoscope.
Wait, no, that's her door thing. That's her like door number. It says 11 on it.
Oh,
People smoke in this show. It's understandable.
yeah. I
Um,
really do like this art, by the way.
oh yeah, same. This next one of the Creel House, I think this one and the California one are probably my favorite single ones. I don't know. This just looks super
Mm-hmm.
creepy and cool looking, and I think
Yeah,
the
I
like
agree.
red gate imagery really works best with the Creel House attic. We got Dustin in the center, Lucas and Max, Steve,
So,
Erica, Nancy, and Robin. The evil looking clock in front of the gate. Then we have the California one. I really like this one too. Jonathan
mhm,
Argyle, Mike and Will. This final one of all of them put together, which looks really cool.
which is
Um,
honestly epic.
I want to straight up jump into this and make as many theories as possible. However,
Hmm.
I don't know if these posters are just teaser posters because I remember whenever before season, and by teaser posters, I mean like posters that are like, oh shoot, it's the new season poster, but it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
And in the past, for both seasons two and three, but I remember specifically for two, whenever they revealed like their first like teaser poster, it was of like Mike, Lucas, Dustin, and Will on their bikes in front of like a "Welcome to Hawkins" sign. They were on a long stretch of road, and then the whole skyline was just like the mind flayer, and it was like, oh, they're looking right at the mind flayer. And I remember when I saw that, I was like for the first time whenever it came out, I was like, oh shoot, are they gonna like leave Hawkins and then they're gonna like face off against the Mind Flayer in some long stretch of like on the highway or something like that? Like I remember thinking that, but it just
uh,
turned out to be some like cool looking
almost.
poster art. So like that's what I'm wondering if we're supposed to gather anything specific from these posters or if
Hmm.
it's just like
What
season
does
four is
it
coming,
mean?
release date, each one on their own. There isn't a lot that I'm like, it's like I could make a theory, but like I just feel like it wouldn't mean anything because it's just like, oh, that was just a teaser poster. It didn't really mean anything.
I feel like there's not really much else to gather other than that the fact that they look really cool. I mean, I feel like the only one that really kind of gives us any extra is the Russia one because there's a
Yeah.
Demogorgon, possibly Demodog in the snow. And I
Hmm.
mean, and Joyce and Murray are there too. So, but that's about all the new information or possible information, I guess, that we really get. But something I'd like to talk about actually is what are they trying to pull with this like motto? Every ending has a beginning.
Yeah. 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 I
Like,
saw that and I was like,
what does it
what
mean?
does that mean?
What does it
What does
mean?
that mean?
I'm sure I could read
Oh,
way into this.
Oh, wait, hold on. I just realized that we should probably mention the Welcome to California blow up in views.
Oh.
Okay, we'll say this and then I'll like
I
put it
don't.
in. Okay, so by the way, we made Stranger Things theory videos and breakdowns and whatever. We did the Creel House thing, and then like in November we did the Welcome to California thing, and that one like had a spike in views
Really
compared to our
popped off.
usual stuff. And right now it has 4.5 thousand views, which is like
Point
way
five.
above literally anything else we upload. I mean, the Stranger Things ones, it's funny is that the Stranger Things ones usually get views over time. You know, like if it
Mhm.
gets a couple hundred views, it's usually over like a couple weeks. But like that one got like 1,000 views in like a little bit less than a week. And you know what was so funny
Very
about it is that
surprising.
I totally wanted to acknowledge it and be like, all right, guys, thanks for everybody who watched it. And I thought, I literally, whenever that teaser came out, I thought, oh, we're at 4 out of 4 teasers. They'll probably have more news soon. But it's been like months. So
Yeah.
like I didn't really get a proper chance to acknowledge it in a Stranger Things themed video. So if you like the Stranger Things videos, thank you. Um
Yeah. Thanks for
Thanks for
watching it. I don't
watching.
know.
Yeah, thanks for watching and liking it.
Bro, like 121. What?
If you're one of those people who watched that video and liked it and are watching this one, that's cool. I don't really have anything else to say other than like
Honestly,
thank you.
thank you. You already
Yeah.
know if there's literally anything else Stranger Things or Netflix says about Stranger Things, we will be on it.
we'll,
Trust,
we'll
bro.
be on that.
Trust.
Anyways, back to this thing. I'm pretty sure anybody watching this video has already seen the posters and read this little like statement that the Duffer Brothers released. But
Mhm.
basically, to sum up the thing, first paragraph with 9 scripts, over 800 pages, and almost 2 years of filming, thousands of visual effects shots, and a runtime nearly twice the length of any previous season.
That
Now,
is crazy.
I
What?
am I'm
Nearly
really
twice?
curious. Like, how long are they talking here? Like,
It's
that must mean
essentially,
like usually most episodes are like 45 to like 50 something minutes. Does that mean that the like the usual 45-50 minute episode runtime is going to be like up to an hour like for each one or something?
well,
When
I
they
would,
say that,
I
how much
mean,
do they really mean that? You know, like I'm super curious if we're going to get like hour and a half episodes or something like that. I mean, that's wishful thinking probably because that'll be
okay,
insanely long.
nearly twice the length. I would assume they're
Mhm.
not just going to be like, oh, it was like an extra few minutes per episode. If it's going to be nearly double, air quotes, nearly double, then I mean, it's kind of implied that there's going to be longer episodes throughout the whole thing. So, I mean, I
Mhm.
feel like a kind of middle ground episode length would be an hour and a half.
When you think about it, each
Like,
episode has to balance Russia lab stuff, which is apparently seemingly separated from Creel House stuff and California stuff. So, like, honestly, if the episodes were up to an hour and a half, I think, I mean,
I feel like
I
they
feel
have
like
to be.
these 4 different storylines, as in the teasers and in the posters, these are just the stories that we know about. There's stuff that we don't even know about that's going to be touched up on and, you know, shown in the seasons. There's going to be side stuff with different characters. You know, there's going to be different dynamics, new characters that we don't even know about. So, like, that's so much stuff to juggle. So, like, I can understand if each episode is that long, honestly,
I mean,
because when
it
you
would have to be, and
when you think about it,
I do not. I do not even care, bro.
I
Just
wouldn't care. More Stranger Things. Who cares?
I guarantee you, I'm gonna bet you right now, the first episode is gonna be 100% over 120 minutes.
Okay.
You want to make
Okay.
that bet? Because I
Okay.
will.
Okay.
I'm not gonna put money on it, but I will make a bet, and I'll say I was right.
You
When
have the
it's over
satisfaction of
120
being right.
minutes.
I honestly can't wait for May 27th at 3 a.m. I just want to see the run times. I want to see the run times. I just want to be like, oh, like
Time to stay
that
up
is a
till
long
4.
episode. Going back to what you were saying earlier, the tagline of the season, every ending has a beginning. I think this goes back to what I've said in previous videos where I think that because like every ending has a beginning. They said that this isn't the last season, the next
Mhm.
one is. So I'm guessing that I'm gonna be right in the fact that like I said some in one of our videos or multiple or whatever that season 4 ends on a massive cliffhanger and season 5 is basically just wraps everything up. And I'm curious if they're going to do a time skip because this is what I was I mean, okay, this is that we're getting
Honestly,
disorganized here, and I
I'm
apologize because my mind is so all over the place with what's happening with
e-
everything. So
agreed,
I
agreed.
apologize for the disorganized points that we're making.
Maybe I'm reading too much into the tagline and whatever, but every ending has a beginning makes me think something's gonna end. We were actually talking about the fact that how old are they? Like 20? They're gonna be all
Yeah,
like
like
20,
they're all like close
and
to their 20s. I
they're
think
gonna be all
Caleb
like
McLaughlin is
20
in his
playing
20s.
playing freshmen in high school,
14,
right?
15-year-olds. Yeah.
I feel like, and we talked about this. I feel like they have to do a time skip because
Yeah. Mhm.
otherwise it's just going to be like, what is season 5 going to be? Just like a time skip that where they're like where it's like 10 years later, like
Yeah,
10
yeah.
years later, oh, everybody's fine. And like, no, I feel like it kind of plays in with this tagline thing. I feel, and this is probably wrong, but it's just an idea I had. I
Hmm.
feel like they could, not the whole thing, but just end something and kind of give the feeling of a ending for season 4 where it kind of wraps most things up, but just something happens where there's something that needs to be completely
Resolved.
resolved in season 5. They kind of resolve and kind of finalize some
So
stuff in season 4, which kind of helps to where, oh, there's this kind of lull where there's nothing going on, hence a time skip to where, oh
to where
no,
things start
we're back
happening
into
again.
it.
Oh no,
Strange
yeah,
things
yeah.
are happening. Then season 5, where they completely resolve everything, or
And the
whatever,
show,
however
yeah.
they're planning to end it, and that's the end.
So basically you're saying with the way that it
So
could end is
basically,
basically they resolve things enough to where a time skip will be justified.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah,
Basically,
yeah,
all
yeah.
over all those gajillion words I just said that kind of were incoherent. Basically, they're gonna somehow end season 4 on a kind of resolved-ish note to where there kind of needs to be a time skip. 5 comes along and we're back into it.
Just yeah, and
A
this
new
resolves
beginning,
everything.
right?
Yeah, I'm thinking it could either be that because that makes sense, or like every ending has a beginning. If it's just like if that is basically insinuating that we're basically just now being introduced to like the bigger picture of the show, you know? So it's just like
True,
season
true.
4 introduces the real plan, the real villain, enemy, whatever, just sort of like story plot that is like the end of the show. And
Mhm.
I want to believe that because, and I had this thought earlier with how it's being told, it's honestly really similar to Harry Potter and like Goblet of Fire because like when you think about and especially in retrospect, if this season because like in Goblet of Fire it is like another adventure, but then like at the end Voldemort is back and then that kind of kickstarts the last half of the
The
series.
real half.
And like that's totally what this season could be because not only was that it was Goblet of Fire like a sort of like it kickstarted the last half of the series, but it also was a major tonal shift. Like it was the first
Mhm.
PG-13 Harry Potter. It got a little bit more serious, a little bit more dark in parts, and like I honestly think that they could pull Goblet of Fire situation with season 4, where it introduces the big picture. They could totally do this too, where like seasons 1 through 3, and in Harry Potter's case, the first 3 movies, 3 books, are their own separate adventures, where like each one's connected, and they all have things
Mhm.
that connect to each one. But like then, as the movies go on, they sort of like reach back to the first couple movies to connect things. So they could totally do that with
Mm.
straight with Stranger Things, where like
I
the
like that
fourth season
idea.
introduces the bigger picture but also
And
connects things that were in the first 3 seasons that like
yeah,
that disconnect everything. So that's what
may,
I'm thinking that could mean.
that I do like that idea actually, because it's kind of, it kind of makes me think like the ending of the kind of fun, oh, it's an adventure type of Stranger Things, and the
Yeah.
beginning of the true antagonist
Yeah.
ending. Just
The
they
bigger
gotta,
picture.
yeah, bigger picture type of. Yeah, I like that idea actually.
So yeah, that's a possibility too
Yeah.
that I was just randomly thought of.
I think it's kind of funny, also how we're kind of just theorizing about stuff people are other people are making up. Like they're probably just like making it up right now. Like,
What if like the Duffer Brothers are watching this video right now and they go, "That's a great idea."
yo, they
Harry Potter? What? So yeah, I'm really interested to see this season. Like honestly, there really wasn't a lot to say about like this with the posters, but I've been wanting to make a Stranger Things update video for a while, and I wanted a reason to make it. But yeah, I'm super excited for it. And also now that it's like May isn't that long away, a full official trailer could be coming out soon. So that's also really
yeah,
interesting.
let's go.
So
More to talk about.
more to talk
Right?
about, yes. That's pretty much all I have to say
But
about season 4, volumes 1 and 2.
yeah, that's about it.
What would you do if in season 4, for like no reason at all, Mike like talked to the camera?
Like, how so?
He broke the fourth wall and was like, "All right, guys," he's Dora.
This is the part where you're scared.
So basically, we're running away from the bad government people. They're trying to take 11. And
I
then,
mean, honestly, it's not so far fetched if you think about the fact that they could totally have.
that they can totally
like,
do whatever the heck they want.
where they're like, oh, we're gonna make a vlog.
But if he was just like going Ferris Bueller and he was just like, "All right, guys,
Yeah,
Will's kind of
what would I
nervous.
do?
I
What
think
would
he
I do?
senses the mind flare." Like, how would you react?
I
Like,
think
would
I
you be
would-
like, "What?" And then before the
I'd be
season
like-
comes out, the Duffers are like, "We gave Finn Wolfhard some really funny material to work on this season." And everyone's like, "Okay, I'm excited." And it's just like,
I think I'd skip it back, watch it again, skip it back again, watch it again, skip it back just a third time to make sure I'm not like dying.
I'm not dying. Yeah. Make sure I'm not
Pause it.
ascending.
Text you like, did you watch this episode yet? You're like, yes. Do you know what I'm gonna ask you? Yes.
Yes. It's so stupid. I saw a picture of
right
Finn
now the
Wolfhard.
mind flare's chasing us. Anyways, back to the show.
Back to the show. Yeah. Time freezes. Like he goes, it's like Saved by the Bell. He goes, "Time out." I'm only bringing this up right from the beginning because I saw a set picture of Finn Wolfhard looking at the camera. I was like, what if?
Oh my gosh,
What if?
that would be hilarious.
I kind of want to see that. I don't want to because I think that's where I draw the line. They're just like, we're paying homage to Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Finn Wolfhard talks to the camera, and he's funny.